And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes. Today is an interesting day. I know I've been putting out a lot of market videos, but we are in the point of the year where the market fluctuates a lot. So earlier than expected, because I predicted Tuesday or Wednesday, which is when they normally do it, 2K has dropped Season 2 Super Packs. Now, as you can see from the Super Pack itself, we do have the possessed players back in there. That's actually pretty cool, the Halloween guys. Hey, at least their price will go down. Anyways, before we get started, please like, comment, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So, as you can see, we got all of the Season 2 players, including the draft guys, the Halloween possessed players, pretty much every card that has come out in Season 2, including all the Flash guys, the glitched, which, wait, Tim Duncan was Season 2? Damn, dude, everything's kind of blended together. I thought he was Season 1 for sure. Anyways, his price should go down. That's pretty cool. We have a pretty large selection, including, like I said, all the draft players. So all these guys should go down in price as well, like LaMelo and Wiseman, Anthony Edwards. If you're on the road to Cam Reddish, it'll be a lot easier. So let's see how the market has responded. Pete Maravich. Pete Maravich is still a pretty good point guard / shooting guard option at this stage in the game. That being said, I personally think there's guys that are better at his price range, but you could probably get him around 50K by the end of tonight. Now, like I said, you're going to have to wait a little later while more people get off of work and school to open packs. The reason for that is they'll be opening packs once they get off, especially like West Coast people, and cards will be a lot cheaper. So James Worthy's a good example. He's 70K right now, but I could predict him falling all the way down to 40 or 50K by the end of tonight, possibly tomorrow morning. Now, when you are buying cards, it's important to look for guys that have more badges. The reason for it is a lot of people don't pay attention to their badge count, or another reason is people don't pay attention when buying cards to the badge count. So, you know, they'll throw a card up for more than the rest of the cards, it won't sell, then they'll lower the price down. But in actuality, it has like 3 or 4 more gold badges, some additional bronzes, and like a Hoff badge, and you could come up pretty hard off that. Darius Miles is going to be like a budget version of James Worthy, and I predict he's going to be down to like 15 or 20K by the end of tonight. Definitely a great card to pick up for that price range. One of the best small forward / power forwards at that price range. Let's check the Dunkers guys out. Isaiah Ryder is going to be ridiculously cheap tonight. Yeah, you're going to be able to get him for under 20K. And to be honest with you, I don't think there's a better shooting guard that you can pick up for 20K in this entire game. He's got ridiculous dunking animations. His driving dunk tendency is like a 99. So he starts his dunking animation super early. So they're almost impossible to stop, especially on current gen. Yeah, this guy's got some decent badges on his too. Definitely look for the badge count. John Wall's price has dropped a little bit, but still not that much. I personally wouldn't recommend paying the price for John Wall. But if you are trying to lock in for JR and don't have John Wall, wait a couple hours and he should be lower. Peja Stojakovic, hopefully you sold him when I made my last few market videos and told you to sell high on him. He's going to be down to like 60, 70K tonight. Ilgauskas, if you're looking to get done with those challenges, you could be able to pick him up for like 15, 20K and then resell him back pretty quick because his challenges don't take a huge amount of time. Probably lose 5,000 MT, but for 1,000, 1,500 XP, is it worth it? Now, those of you who want an elite option at power forward but do not want to pay elite option prices, Amari Stoudemire is a really good card. So I was drinking some coffee there. I truly believe he's one of the most slept on cards in this game, just because he was the most prevalent pink diamond in the possessed packs. But he's incredible, and he'll be down around 50K. T-Mac, I don't think his price fluctuates, though if you have been in the market to try to get T-Mac, it's going to be a little while before we get another Tracy McGrady card, I'm pretty sure. Not a crazy amount. I feel like at least by the halfway point of Season 3, we'll have an Opal. Maybe not an Opal T-Mac, but we'll have a better pink diamond T-Mac. So, still, if you're on... T-Mac's a top 3 shooting guard in this game, in my opinion. I don't think it's particularly close. I think Vince Carter, the possessed one, might be a little bit better, but not in real life. Like, Tracy McGrady was way better than Vince Carter. Fight me in the comments. I don't give a fuck what you say. Either way, Donovan Mitchell is a really good option as well, especially for like a budget point guard. But realistically, his price is going to be about the same as the Diamond Damian Lillard. You might as well go get that. Jimmy Butler is probably one of the best 3-and-D cones in this game, if not the best at the amethyst position or amethyst tier. He's going to go down to like 7 or 8K tonight, I feel. And if he does go down that low, I think you should absolutely snap him up. Even if you don't have use for him in your starting lineup, Jimmy Butler can come into play later on through various challenges and things like that. And I think it's going to be one of the better small forward options for at least the Timberwolves that we're going to get. Hopefully you sold Ray Allen, because Ray Allen's down a bit. He was going for damn near 200K, sometimes above, just a few days ago. Now he's down to like 140. Hopefully you sold Kevin Love too. Kevin Love will be down around 30K tonight as well. I'm not a big fan of this card. If you've been watching my channel, you know I'm not huge on it. But at the same time, getting a power forward that has gold range and can shoot really, really good from 3 for 30K is a good deal. Caron Butler, for you no money spent guys just trying to kind of coast by until the really, really good cards come out. Caron Butler is an absolutely incredible budget small forward / shooting guard option. Definitely going to get him for around 4 or 5K if you can. It's a good investment. If you're locking in, if you're trying to get J.R. Smith, I mean, Detlef Schrempf's pretty good. So you're getting Detlef, he's okay. Camby's alright. John Havlicek, he's going to be going for around 70K later tonight. I picked him up. Going to finish his challenges today, sell him before the Super Pack supposedly were going to come out on Tuesday. I fucked up. Now I'm stuck with Havlicek. But I can at least get some of his value. I mean, I paid 84K for him, or 83 or something. So I'm not losing too much. David Robinson should drop to around 80 or 70K tonight at the lowest. Okay, he's already at about 90 before the West Coast has even started to rip packs, so he should drop down to about 80, 70 at the lowest. Damian Lillard, if he goes below 50K, honestly, tactically downgrading one of your point guards to Damian Lillard is not a bad idea. Dame is one of the best point guards in this game, and he gets almost zero respect, especially from like content creators. I don't really understand it. He's incredible. He probably can't get range extender. That's probably what's happening. Let me see. This one has, yeah, Haslam and Curry. You can kind of avoid those guys. I mean, if you're locking in for the set, they're going to be cheaper, but. So this set locks in for 200 tokens, and that's important. So Luka's going to be buy it now at some point tonight. How low his price is actually going to drop is going to be interesting, and it's something to keep an eye on. I wouldn't start just snapping up the first buy it now you guys see, just because he could go potentially lower. I'm not saying it's 100% going to happen, but it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility for him to drop down to like 80,000 tonight, at least for like a couple hours while people are ripping packs. I would stay posted around, honestly, around when this video comes out, because it's probably going to take me about 30 minutes to get it out. So around 5, which would be around 3 p.m. Pacific time, that's when we're going to start to see these cards take a dip in value. Anthony Davis, I think he might go down to like 120. It's probably where his like floor is. I don't think he goes much lower than that, but if you can snap him up for any lower than that, then that's awesome. But I think around later tonight, he goes down to his lower price, around like 120, 130. For 200 tokens, it's a good investment. I'll talk about it at the end of the video. Chris Middleton is actually like really good from what I understand. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend just locking in one of these sets for any reason. If you're locking in all of them for J.R. Smith, which I don't recommend you do, but if you're doing it, hey, you get some really good cards with it, you know? I mean, hey, Jokic is really good. I foresee him being around the same as Anthony Davis, probably lower. I don't think we'll get any buy it now Jokic's tonight, but at least consistent ones. We might get the occasional snipe, but I think he's going to sit around what John Stockton was last week, where he's going for 100 to 110. A lot of people could pick him up for like 102. Michael Redd is one of the best shooting guards that you can pick up for this price point. Him and Brandon Roy. Michael Redd will probably go below 50K tonight. He's an absolute sniper, man. Like, he's so good. His jump shot is really nice as well. Brandon Roy's jump shot is a little bit better in my opinion. But I'm also like a Tracy McGrady D rider, so it's like anything Trey Burke, Tracy McGrady based, like I'm going to hype real hard. If you're looking for a budget power forward, Paul Millsap is actually really good. I've had a lot of people talk about how this card's not good, and I don't subscribe to that theory. I think that card is actually way better than people give it credit for, and he'll be down to like 15K. Manu Ginobili is not in these packs, but for whatever reason, his price continues to drop. I don't understand. People are probably just selling Manu so that they can afford to buy some of the other cards. Look, this is your time to pray. I promise this Manu Ginobili card is going to be expensive at some point in the near future, especially when the lock-in is announced. It's going to be the first Galaxy Opal, more than likely. And when it's announced, Manu and Dominique's prices are going to surge. And Dominique is already expensive, so... Russell Westbrook is a really good card, though I think he goes for the same price as like Lillard, so I don't think it's really worth it. Paul George isn't in the set, but Paul George is one of the most slept-on cards and one of the best defensive small forwards in the game, and he's got a really easy-to-time jump shot, and I'm not the biggest fan of it, but a lot of people really like his jump shot. And he's a card that a lot of people have been using, especially like wannabe comp guys, so you can find some really highly badged out versions for cheap. Around 50K, I'm guessing drops down to like 40 tonight. Steve Francis, you're going to be able to pick this dude up for 4 or 5K tonight. That's my assumption. I mean, at the absolute high is 7 or 8. There's not a point guard in this game that you can buy for that price that's as good as Steve Francis. Especially for you guys using budgets, I think absolutely he's worthwhile. Kevin Garnett, we're going to start to see some buy it nows. I think he drops down to like 70 or 80K tonight. So if you're a big fan of KG, now's the time to go pick him up. Gilbert Arenas, yeah, we're already starting to see buy it nows. I think he drops to 70 or 80, possibly even lower than that. That being said, if you're in need of a point guard, I like Gilbert Arenas a lot, but to be completely honest, I think that Damian Lillard diamond is better than him. That might be a personal, opinion, but especially when there's like a 30, 40K price discrepancy, I think it's definitely better to go after Dame. Oscar Robertson is going to be legitimately 10 or 15K tonight. He's already going for 30K buy it now. Yeah, I know he can't have clamps. I get it. He's still a really good card. Same with DeMar DeRozan. He's going for 10 or 15K tonight. He's a lot better than his stats would suggest. I know a lot of people see the fact that he can't shoot threes and they kind of go, and freak out, but DeMar is actually really good, and he's almost unstoppable driving to the paint with that size. Richie Guerin, very similar to Steve Francis. He's going to go for probably around the same price, 7 to 10K, possibly lower. Really good card. I'm a huge fan of him. Tom Gugliotta, same thing. He's going for, let's see. Oh, even lower. Tom Gugliotta is going for 3 or 4K at the absolute most tonight. And this is probably one of the best budget big men / wings that you can get in the entire game. Tom Gugliotta is wet from three-pointer. He's great at attacking the rim. He plays good defense. He grabs boards. He's like a better Andre Karolinko. Kyle Korver and Nick Anderson are going to be going for like 1,000 MT. Honestly, if you don't have Nick Anderson or Kyle Korver, I would, if not pick both of them up, just pick up one of them. Especially for these lower overall limited challenges, they're clutch. I promise they are. So Tim Duncan's in there. Whoa. 140. Oh, okay. He's got a bunch of gold badges and an extra Hoff badge. Probably has like gold range or something. They gave him Hoff. No, he had that. Hoff rebound chase here. Okay, that's actually a really good badge for Tim Duncan. I don't think he's worth 150, but they gave him some really good badges. Yeah, they did. Let's see if they gave him range. I bet they did. Yep, he does have gold range extender. I mean, I have silver on mine. It's not really that big of a deal, but I think we start to see some Tim Duncans going for buy it now. Possibly a little lower than 100. Yeah, possibly a little lower than 100K. I think he goes down to 80. Monte Ellis is better than Gilbert Arenas, and he's going for probably around the same price. I think we see Montes for 60 or 70 tonight. And I know I don't typically recommend buying cards at this stage in the game for that amount of MT, but I promise you that Monte Ellis is one of the best point guards in this game. I don't care what some of your favorite YouTubers say. Monte Ellis is absolutely absurd. He's got a really easy to time jump shot. He's almost unstoppable driving to the paint. He's fast. You can give him defensive badges. He's a 5-tool point guard. Especially you're going to have to badge him up with floor general and dimer and stuff like that. But other than that, He's absolutely absurd. Also, his moving mid-range is almost unstoppable. Fucking love Monte Ellis, dude. Monte Ellis is the greatest person to ever put on a Warriors uniform and a Bucks uniform. John Stockton, his price has actually gone down, which was kind of weird because he's not in these packs, but I think people are just panic selling to buy some of the elite cards, which I understand. I sold John Stockton 2 days ago for 100K because I knew he wasn't going to be 100K for much longer. But yeah, I mean, he's a really good card. I like John Stockton. If you have John Stockton, it's not a terrible idea to hold on to him for a few more days, even if you want to sell him. I don't think his price is going to go up exponentially, but I think tonight a lot of people are going to sell him to try to afford like Zion and some other guys. So he goes down to probably 80 or so K. Zion, he's still going to remain as one of the probably most expensive cards in the entire game. I think he maybe, goes down to 150, if that. Yeah, I mean, that's if that. So I was going to talk about the possessed guys, but honestly, all those guys are going to be over 400K still and not worth it. If you do want to make an investment for your future, Anthony Davis and Luka Doncic, their prices are going to go up, especially on Friday when the new reward players are unveiled because, like I said, it's a 200 token lock-in. So I'm going to buy both of those guys so I can lock in for 200 tokens because we're definitely going to get pretty much all the way up to Pink Diamond. It's entirely possible we get some opals on Friday as well, maybe one or two. And then I think the token market opens on Friday as well. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some of the older packs from Season 1 get added to the token market. I know I've said it before, and I think it is going to happen. I think Season 3 is probably that time. Season Tip-Off, Clutch for sure. Like, Clutch without a doubt is definitely going to be added. So if you have any of these Clutch cards, I would sell them before Friday because I have a sneaking suspicion Clutch is going to be one of the packs that gets added to the token market. And you would think people aren't going to rip those packs because they'll be like 10 or 15 tokens. You'd be fucking wrong. People are going to rip those packs. The amount of 6 token packs I ripped last year, the lights out and multi-dimensional packs throughout the year, I probably made a couple million MT just opening those packs last year. Like, I'm not even kidding. Maybe not a couple million, maybe like a mil total, 600,000 something, but I made a lot doing that. And yeah. So I think Season Tip-Off, these guys I wouldn't invest in, but just keep in mind that these guys are going to be available in the token market more than likely. And if they are, definitely wouldn't be a terrible idea to go grab some of those cards and lock them in for those 25 tokens because they'll probably be cheap if they do get added to the token market. Don't use tokens to open them though. Just let everyone else do that and go buy them like when they're cheap. I think finals packs might be in there too. They might be like the 30 token packs, kind of like Frostbite last year. Wouldn't surprise me if that was the case. Other than that, hey, I hope these helped you in any way, shape, or form. Happy hunting. I hope you guys can get all the cards you've wanted this year for a cheap price. Anyways, it has been your boy Cheap Loots. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe. Other than that, all the other stuff will be in the description, Twitch, Patreon, etc. And I'll be back with daily NBA 2K21 content.